Welcome back to the Vintage Telephones channel. Today I got another Japanese telephone to show you all. This is a Hitachi Type 3, and this is the predecessor of the Type 4. I showed you all the Oki electric one back in the summer of 2023. This is its predecessor. So the predecessor of the Type 3 here is the Type 2, which is a candlestick with a subset. So the Type 3 was the first telephone to have everything combined into one. So production of the Type 3 started in 1933 and production ceased during the Pacific War, which is during World War II, because of the lack of supplies. So this one, I'm not sure of what year it is, but I think it's from the early 40s. My guess is that because it has a Bakelite finger wheel, it's a later production. The early models had a metal finger wheel on the dial. So it looks a lot like an Antwerp telephone from BTMC, specifically the 2724. Even the workings on the inside do look similar to an Antwerp as well. And well, let's take a look around. So you can see it has its own type of handset. Cradle's also unique, as well as the dial. And the Bakelite's in really good shape too. No damage at all. The dial, we'll start with the dial. It's very similar to a GPO number 8. Even sounds like one, even the workings are similar. Initially, I had an issue with this dial trying to test it on the machine. If I dialed anything past a 7, the machine would reset. So I had to adjust the dial pulse contacts a bit so they were a bit closer together, so the make and break was adjusted so that all the numbers will register now, which is good. Handset's in good shape too, with the exception of some cracks here near the receiver. I couldn't get this cap off, it was stuck, so I didn't wash this at all. I actually wiped it with Windex and then polished it. I did manage to get this cap on the transmitter off. That was a bit of an ordeal without breaking it, but now it's easier to clean now that I washed it and polished it. You can see, back to the dial, I forgot to mention, so we have Japanese markings. So on this you read from top to bottom, like so. And the gist of it is, I found the translation, it means, after lifting the receiver, and basically says spin the dial to the stop, until it stops, and then you let go. It basically tells you how to dial. And the cradle's a bit different than an Antwerp. It's got raised, these are raised higher than the ones in the front, but the plunger is very similar. Yeah. And back to the handset. So everything is marked Hitachi. That's what the logo looks like. It's in the very center. It's also found on the finger wheel of the dial there, and it's also found on the back. Cords are in very good shape as well. They are black cloth cords, and it even still has a junction box. This one's made by NEC, Nippon Electric Company. And this cover here is held on by tension, so these two sides are bent in to be held onto the block. So all you need to do is take it off, you bend those outward, and it'll pop off. And there's the connections. Yeah. One thing interesting I found on the dial, back to the dial again, is that there's a letter F under the finger stop. And I'm guessing that means figures because it's numbers only. Now I'll show you the bottom. This is why Don't know what year it is. Usually there's a sticker, but it's obviously missing. As I said, it's probably from 1940s, early 40s. So yeah, that is the Japanese Type 3. Not only were they made by Hitachi, they were made by other companies as well, like Oki Electric, NEC, and so on and so forth. Just like my Type 4, and of course the 600 and 601s. So yeah, that's the predecessor of the Japanese Type 4, the Hitachi Type 3. So now what I'll do is I'll get the machine out and demonstrate for you all. So we'll be right back. Okay, now I will pick up the handset and give you some dial tone. Then the transmitter's working okay as well as I speak into the handset. And I'll dial some numbers. And now the best part, I'll pull this out forward a little bit. All right. So now what I'll do is I will present a little slideshow of the pictures at the end of this video of the inside. Only thing I won't show is the workings of the handset. I'm not going to mess with that again. I don't want to break any of the parts because those handsets aren't easy to replace. There's already a chip on there, but it's not a big deal. So I will show the inside of the base. So that is coming next. Hope you enjoyed this, and thanks for watching.